In this video, I'm going to show you the conditions in which Adolf Hitler spent a large part of the Second World War. I can't show you Hitler's bunker at the Wolf's Lair. Well, I can, but it's a ruin. But there is one bunker. Here it's Mauerwald, today Mamerki, which has survived. And it is almost the same as Hitler's bunker. Of course, we're going to see it in the conditions in today, and in Hitler's time it would have been slightly better, but it'll give you an idea of what it was like at Rastenburg during the Second World War. Hitler moved to the Wolf's Lair on the 23rd, in fact he got there on the 24th. He left Berlin on the 23rd of June 1941 at around 12:30. He arrived at around midnight the following day. So, and he lived in a bunker like this here. This is a pretty big bunker, I'm sure you'd agree. And what we're now going to do is we're going to go inside it and you can see what it was like. Enormous. It's made from reinforced concrete. Here, this is the Army High Command area at formerly Mauerwald. Today it's Mamerki. It's located around 25 kilometers from the Wolf's Lair. Sorry, regular viewers will notice that I can get distracted by wildlife, and I've just got distracted by something running around down here. Probably was a mouse. Anyway, so let's go and see the conditions that Hitler once lived in. So you can see we have this bunker here. And now these bunkers, more was added to them as after the British attack on Peenemünde in August of 1943. So, and at the time of the bomb that went off at the Wolf's Lair, the work was being done on the bunkers, which is the reason, incidentally, why I believe that it was moved to the conference hall. Right, let's go inside. So now we've got these duckboards are down here. Plenty of mosquitoes in here. I'm going to do a video on the subject of the mosquitoes. And so you have a corridor along here. This is normal, and you had either one or two entrances into the bunker. First thing you see, you're greeted with a machine gun at that height. Occasionally, they also had a machine gun down here at hip height, which an attacker wouldn't be expecting. Right, so coming in now, you're greeted, there's another machine gun plate point ahead, and let's turn in here. Oops. And these these are the conditions that Hitler would have had to put up. But obviously it's worse now, because in Hitler's day there was central heating, there's vegetation growing on the carpet drawing that must have been brought in here. There's the position for the machine gunner. That's an air intake valve. Air was brought in from outside via filters because they feared even a gas attack. Now you saw how big it was from the outside. See how little usable square meters are inside. Now, I have said that I'm not going to be going into any caves or tunnels by myself when nobody knows I'm around again. And I stick by that, because I don't want to encourage other people to do it. And as if I do it off camera, I'm not answering that question. But this is different because this is there'll be people here in about 2 hours in any case. That's it. They are the conditions. That is the bunker Hitler spent 800 days in. Sort of walk around, I thought there was somebody else in there. Right, so you can get access to the roof. I saw somebody climbing on that yesterday, despite it says very clearly not to do it without getting permission. I suppose I could have asked for permission and done it myself. Now, there are other bunkers here at Mauerwald. There's, in fact, the sign says there's 30. I think there might be even more, because this is where the tourists sort of come here, and but there are those in the forest which clearly haven't been visited by anyone for a very long time. 2 days ago, I went to the bunker of Hans Lammers, and that was been known there for a long time. Right, 9 meters high, 25 meters long. Now this bunker was used by General Lees, and he was head of Foreign Armies East, or was it, I think, intelligence related to the Soviet Union. He was here until 1943. Then he was sent off for a field command. Now you might think that having lived in conditions like that, you'd be glad of ending up in a field command position. Well, the problem with field command positions, of course, is that you get shot at. And that was what happened to General Lees, and he ended up getting severely wounded. Then he got captured, if I remember this right, in January of 1945. And he ended up spending nearly 10 years in Soviet captivity, and he died in Bad Kissingen, age 70, in 1967, I think it was. So the thing is this: where we're located, look at it on a map. So it's called Mamerki today, but you better look it up on a map from before the war. So it's a very long way from any potential enemy. So Hitler had all this protection built for himself, but you imagine what that amount of reinforced concrete would have done in places like Dresden, in Hamburg, in Wolfsburg, in Magdeburg, or in any of literally hundreds of other places. Hamburg, Lübeck, above all, places which were bang next to on the coast, easy reach by the Royal Air Force. People at Dresden didn't even have shelters made available for them. And Hitler blamed the Gauleiter. But Hitler out here, he's got all of this protection, and it was well out of the range of Allied bombers at the time it was built. Later, okay, it did come in range, but even so, not until the Soviets got here close by was it really in any danger whatsoever. Both Mauerwald and the Wolf's Lair and Himmler's place at Pozsesje, all of that was given up without a fight. These bunkers have no value whatsoever from a military point of view. Now, a point I would like to also make to this, I'll take you around, show you take you around for a little walk, whilst I'm rambling on, is the effect that this would have had on people's health. Now, the bunkers are designed as shelters. You go in them when there's danger. Thing is, we know from the account that Hitler spent most of his time in the bunker itself at Rastenburg, and So, which, in my opinion, probably wasn't what it was designed for. We can see these existence even in Berlin. Last week of his life, he didn't come out of the bunker at all. In fact, in Berlin, he hardly ever came out of it. The last thing he did was to come out into the Chancery Garden to give some Hitler Youth medals. Incidentally, on that subject, there is a film showing him giving this, said to be the last thing he ever, but that film actually is from March 1945. Now, you see here at Mauerwald, the huge amount of bunkers around, but also we've got here, you can see the early morning sun on the lake. This is Lake, was Lake, today it's Mamerki, and then it was called Lake Mauerwald, and that's why this is called the Mauerwald. Now, you'll have noticed the covering of the bunker was on moss, so you can't see it from the air. Very difficult to see from above. If you come here, this is definitely the place to come to, not to the Wolf's Lair. Come here to Wolf's Lair. A lot of things have been destroyed. No, sorry, just everything's been destroyed. It was destroyed deliberately. But here, there was no point. The army was in control here, and the army knew there was no point in destroying things. So they left them. And I in a video I did on the Tannenberg Memorial, I questioned why all of the explosives that were used to blow up the Tannenberg Memorial, when those explosives could have been used to blow up bridges or things, to anything to halt the Soviet advance. This was the bunker of Halder, who was hanged for his role in the coup. I'll take you inside, show what it's like. I mean, it's no real difference from the other one. So Hitler's is higher. Here I've got to crouch to get in. It's so low. Now, the other one had additional reinforcements added to it, to the roof after the attack on Peenemünde. Careful. Now, the heat in the summer here is quite. I mean, yesterday was 27, I think it was. I mean, it was difficult to because I wanted to go through the underbrush looking for things, and because of the heat, I wasn't able to do so. And that's now one of the big problems here is the mosquitoes. You may have noticed as I've been filming. I've made a couple of sharp movements, and that's probably because the mosquitoes are nearby me. Now I've covered myself in mosquito repellent, incidentally manufactured by a friend of mine. So, and but imagine what it was like then. They didn't have these mosquito repellents like we did. And reading Krista Schroeder, who was one of Hitler's secretaries, she gave an account of the mosquitoes. Said that, okay, the soldiers outside, you may have seen the film Valkyrie, how much they're wearing the thick clothing, anti-mosquito, and the nets they had to put over the faces and things like that. And it is... how should I put it? It'd be very difficult for them to actually to live with, and they're in these horrendous bunkers. Yet down here, we've got the lake, which is Lake Mamerki, I'm going to finish this video off by taking you down to the lake to show you what they were missing. And nearby here, incidentally, in a little point of history, was General Halder, who was the bunkers we've just been in. He had a house outside, and there was a terrace to the house. The house is no longer in existence. There's only some steps, some ruins of it, and that was where, on the terrace or in the sauna, that's where one of the places where they plotted against Hitler. Now you come down here and you've got this wonderful view of the lake, of the wildlife, and as well you can hear the birds early morning, with the exception of the flies and above all the mosquitoes. The wildlife is pretty good. I could hear earlier the cranes. We've got storks here, lots of them, and various other birds. Lots of grebes as well around here. And there you go. From one world to the other. The world created there by Hitler, this horrendous existence, to what could have been this world here, and the beauty of the lake and nature. It's so strong, the sun, I can't see the screen. So I hope you found that interesting. Now you've seen how Hitler was living, and might make some of his decisions even clearer for you. Now Hitler got ill in the summer of 1941. He had dysentery and he had other problems. It's often said that dysentery was caused by the water which he was drinking, but I don't think that was the problem. Hitler just drank bottled water. In fact, there was one of his staff members who during the Polish campaign, who gave him water, and it wasn't bottled water, and he complained when he found out, and so that was the end. He lost his job as a result. So I don't think it was dysentery. I mean, it might have been, but it's likely to have been something else. But the surroundings there, I should say, in those bunkers, horrendous. Now isn't this lovely? Okay, so if you're interested in the Third Reich, this is the place to be. I do original research, as you can see. I go to the places where these things happened, and if you're interested, then I upload every day at 2000 hours my time, and which I'm based in Poland and Germany. Most days small videos, but on Fridays I do longer videos, and slightly longer on Tuesdays as well. At the moment, thanks for watching. Bye for now.